Welcome to Heckle Havoc Live. This is the game show where there are no plot lines, only possibilities. Tonight, stories will be ruined, rescued, and then put on trial for good measure. I'm Sheldon Mott. I am the heckler, and I'll be your guide through the wreckage. But first, chaos needs structure to thrive. So give your attention to the keeper of the tome, the guardian of the rules, and tonight's judge, the Honourable Jonathan Kalija.
Why, thank you, Sheldon. Now, all of you have some idea of what you're doing here tonight. Just as a reminder, dear audience, here are the rules. We will have 6 hecklers tonight. Well, 6 storytellers and just us as hecklers, actually. And each of our storytellers will get a character, a setting, and a secret objective. You see, they have to tell a story before the timer runs out. However, they can complete the story ahead of time by saying, "and that's how," and announcing their secret goal. If they incorporate all of these elements, they will score points. And at the end of the night, the storyteller with the most points will get the heckler's mask, the improvisational symbol of excellence. There's also $100 for first place, $50 for second place, and the Fates, they understand that parking costs a lot in Melbourne, so really it's just to cover that. Anyway, without further ado.
Are we ready? Are you ready to hear some unhinged stories? Okay. Our first comedian, the first one to enter the fray. She likes listening to things at 2 times speed. She likes lighting things on fire. She doesn't like long walks on the beach or sitting still. Please welcome Abi Upson.
As a mortal that walks to the mic, the one who deflects and the one who ignites, the one who trims every word to survive, and the one who combusts like they're betting their life on a leap off a ledge where the drop looks endless.
What's up?
Abi, how are you feeling right now?
Absolutely fantastic. I've been awake since 3 o'clock this morning.
Why?
But you can't tell. I've just started working in breakfast radio.
Wow. Later.
Someone's got to do it.
Respect. I mean, all of those people driving around at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, they need to hear your dulcet tones.
Oh, I'm not on air.
Oh, no.
That's why I'm here. Need to get the attention from somewhere.
Well, speaking of attention, why do you want the heckler's mask?
I was told once by a cruel bully that I have a face for radio. So I think the mask would maybe help.
Well, there's no arguing with that. Abi, do you want to take a character, setting, and a secret goal?
Thanks.
Oh, sorry, you gotta give it back. We've got an amateur detective at the Magic Academy, and the secret goal is for your eyes only.
Now, just before you begin, we are going to throw some heckles your way. We have various means to push and pull the story in directions it was never meant to go. We are hoping this will provide adequate entertainment for you tonight. So, just to give Abi a little bit of time to come up with a story, Sheldon, where do you think this story could go?
Amateur detective, Magic Academy. I mean, that brings a lot of things to mind. That brings nothing to mind.
Really?
I got nothing, and that's why we hired her.
My favourite thing about this is, there's always a saying that science and magic are indistinguishable. And maybe that's a direction you could go.
That's something to be said.
Yeah.
Abi, are
Let's
you ready?
see where Abi takes it.
Yep.
Your time starts now.
Now? Yep.
Now.
Yeah, now.
You're 3 seconds in.
Yeah, go.
There's been a murder. There's been a murder and I don't know what to do. But good thing I'm at the Magic Academy. So I will, and I have my magical tie.
Why?
Because, what's the wizard's name from Harry Potter?
Dumbledore.
Harry Potter.
That's also one.
Because Harry Potter himself trained here and gave me this tie.
Not that.
He gave me a lot of things. A broken heart. Several sexually transmitted diseases.
Change perspective to that of an inanimate object.
Jesus.
I loved being Harry's tie. And he gave me up like I was just some fucking tie. And, but I really like being around this girl. Is she a girl? I can't really tell. She's wearing a tie. I like being around her neck and helping her with magical things.
Hate the tie.
Why?
All right.
Why?
Yeah, why do you like being around the lady?
As the tie?
Yeah, continue on the tie. I think we need to know where the tie's going.
Okay, so... sorry, I'm nervous. I've never been on stage before. I'm just a tie. I guess, well, Harry, Mr. Potter, as he made me call him.
Why?
Because he was a tyrant. He was a fucking Can I swear? Sorry. I just realized my mouth stopped moving, but I was still talking.
Could you make this a spy story?
Still is the tie?
No.
What? Spy amateur detective. That I can do. There's been a murder. By a spy. Probably. And I would almost wager that there was magic involved. I bet it was that. I'm still a spy, but I turned around. I bet it was that sneaky, sniveling Potter. What if I started doing a Draco Malfoy voice? That would be crazy. Potter! I thought that was really good.
I like
Thanks.
where we're going with this one. Keep going with that one.
But one more time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Draco's great.
Okay, cool. Potter! It's a wand. Potter, I hate you, and that tie is so stupid.
Not that.
And give me that tie, or I'll wring your bloody little neck with it.
Not that.
Give me that tie, because I want to make love with it. It looks very soft, and it is. You're not going to give me a
an
not
ancient
that?
curse in this story?
What, one more time?
An ancient curse.
Give me that tie, because, or I'll put a very old curse on it so that it talks and is weirdly suggestive.
Why?
Because I hate you, Potter.
Not that.
Because my daddy doesn't love me, so I lash out.
Prop. Love potion.
Aha! A potion that will make my dad love me. Daddy. I've lost the Draco.
Moral crisis on that one.
Daddy. Why don't you love me? And why am I an 11-year-old boy with double A cup tits that has to poison you in order for you to love me?
The sand is running out.
And I hate that you don't love me. And in order to deal with that, I will give you the love potion. And that is how I, Draco Malfoy,
Time is up.
and my tie dealt with the complaint.
Wow.
So, Abby, just stay there for a second.
Incredible, by the way. I loved all of the characters because usually you only get one or two. That was a treat, just for anyone who's new to Heckle Havoc.
I did the whole Hogwarts universe.
5 to 6 and a puppet.
It's true. Lots and lots of different twists and turns. So, For each card that we threw at Abi, Abi is going to score some points. I'm going to work that out right now, but just before we get too far into it, Sheldon, do you think there was an amateur detective?
Oh, I thought that was my part. Absolutely, there was an amateur. There was some amateur sections to this, and the detective bit. Let me ask you. Do you think there was an amateur detective?
I actually don't care what you think. I'm the judge here, and I don't think there was an amateur detective, unfortunately.
Abi, what do you have to say for yourself? Was there an amateur detective in that story, or did you merely hold a gun for a second?
The gun was a spy, if you even care for one fucking second. I think you've actually got me there. I don't know that I'd say the vest I'm wearing is quite amateur detective.
I'm going to jump in on that one because if we were to put ourselves in the position of Malfoy, who seemed at a loss of why his father didn't love him, wasn't he a detective of sorts? Wasn't he trying to figure out why his dad didn't love him?
Sheldon, you could not
No.
be more bang on the money there.
No, sorry.
That is seriously wise.
This has never happened
I
in the show's
disagree.
history, but I'm tempted to go to the audience for this one.
I think so. Audience.
In any part of your hearts, do you feel like Draco Malfoy was an amateur detective?
If so, cheer now. Okay. The people have spoken.
How many people did you put in the crowd tonight, Abi? Because that was immense. I was expecting a few, but that was great.
This whole section. Thanks so much.
Okay.
All right. Magic
So-
Academy.
Definitely had a magical academy.
All right.
Ancient curse.
Ancient curse.
Hello?
Oh,
I wouldn't necessarily say an animate tie is cursed.
that's kind of par for the course in the Magic
Yeah.
Academy.
Yeah.
But
definitely an animate object.
I've already given you that big one, so I mean, hard to go on that. The inanimate object, absolutely.
There was definitely attempted a spy, so we'll give you espionage. And I love the fact that Draco is evil enough to give a love potion to his dad. So
Absolutely.
you've definitely got points there.
Well done. But the real question is, did you deal with a complaint?
Well, yes, the complaint was from Draco. The complaint was that his dad did not love him, and he dealt with that via making him love him.
Incredible. I feel like the crowd is heavily on your side. If I go to them again, you're going to get that one. Jonathan, you being the judge, did she deal with a complaint in your eyes of being the keeper of the tome?
Might I just say, by the way, you look fabulous tonight.
This does sway me a little bit. But unfortunately, I didn't feel like there was a complaint really voiced by the dad. Like, if the dad had said, Draco, you're a pathetic little weasling, or weakling or something like that, yes?
Oh, sorry, you told me in rehearsals to not raise my hand to ask a question.
It's okay, child.
Because I'm an adult, yeah.
You are indeed.
Just counterpoint real quick. The complaint wasn't by his father. The complaint was from Draco, and he dealt with his own complaint, which I get is kind of meta.
I'm inclined to believe that.
You have argued your case.
Wow. Abi Upson, everyone. How many points? Give her the score
Abby,
before she
your
goes.
final score is 36 points.
36.
How many was that, sorry? 36?
36.
36, yeah! Thank you so much.
This next comedian, part of his audition, he left a 17-minute voicemail, part of his audition. We've agreed to never discuss what was on that. Behold, Dan Hough.
And the gods don't care if you stall or you slip. We care that you jump, that you touched every bridge that you chose.
Hello! Woo, woo! Yes! Yes, come on! Hello! Hello! How are we doing? Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling?
I'm actually kind of low energy tonight. How are you?
Yeah.
We'll ask the questions here.
I mean,
Why do you want the mask? That's what I'm interested in.
Thank you for asking. I actually recently got a new job and I'm tipping my own uniform. I'm assistant to the Phantom of the Opera, so I think it'll work.
you know, you only have to wear half a mask there, so like you could share it with someone.
There is 3 masks in
I'm
one on this
kind of
one.
trying to I'm trying too hard at this job is basically what I'm going for. Yeah.
Pay rise time.
Yeah.
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 You got to dress for the job you want.
Sorry, I actually didn't hear what you just said.
You got to dress for the job you want.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm on your side.
I love
That's
that.
why I'm
Thank you.
dressed as a monk. Dan,
Alright.
let's get you a character card and a setting card.
Oh.
Your character is a city wizard. A
City wizard.
City Wizard.
in the Thieves Guild. And your secret goal,
Thank you
just
very
for
much.
you.
Ah. Can I keep this?
Yeah?
All right. It's mine
Well,
now.
not forever, just until the end of your story.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's
Thanks.
steal a card.
So, Sheldon, Thieves Guild,
Thieves
City
Guild.
Wizard. There's a
Yeah.
fair bit to go here.
I don't know. City Wizard, Thieves Guild, sort of like a dark undertones of what's he going to do? Where's he going to go? Is he going to use dark magic? I hope so.
True. I mean, it depends on where he wants to set the Thieves Guild. There's lots of different places.
Yep.
You know, traditionally you could choose Skyrim, Ankh-Morpork. You could probably even do New York if you wanted to put a Marvel spin on it.
I would like to see the new Thieves Guild in the city. We've never seen a Thieves Guild in this town, but maybe we can start one right now.
True. There's many places the City Wizard can go. Dan, your time starts now.
Ah, another beautiful day in Magic City. I can't wait to get to my job of making sure the public transport works on magic electricity.
Not that.
I can't wait to get to my new job making sure that all of the dentistry equipment works on magic coal.
Why?
But, well, you see, dentists are a very important part of our society. They keep our
Not
teeth
that.
clean. They are just completely useless, but they pay really well. So that's
Sing
all I
it.
care about. And I landed in Magic City. Got my new job. Feeling real hot. Gotta be magic and pretty. Gonna go to dentist shop.
Why?
Like I said,
Hey, can you make this a crime story?
the dentist turned around and said, "Do you recognize this tooth?" I recognize that tooth, all right. I recognized it very well. My teeth had touched those teeth many times. It was Balthazar's teeth.
Not that. Not that.
It was my mother's teeth. She was one of those mothers who kisses you on the lips, you know? It's normal in Magic City, all right? That's just how we do things around here.
Why?
Because the way we get our magic is from the loved ones in our lives.
Not that.
The way we get our magic is from incestuous kisses.
Could you involve soup in an old shoe?
I beg your pardon?
Soup in an old shoe.
Please include it.
And and any incestuous kiss always starts with a traditional drink from the rusty old shoe that we keep in the corner of our home, that our mother fills with a special leek and parsnip soup. So I drank from the soup, of course, and then my mother came to me, and anyway, I guess I digress. I recognized the tooth. It was my mother's tooth, so I guess she was dead.
Plot twist.
Not that.
Fake death.
And that's when I realized I saw my mother 2 minutes from now. That's right, I'm a psychic city wizard. I can see the future. And I knew she wasn't dead because I foresaw it. At my next location, Parliament House, so as I like to call it, the Thieves Guild.
Moral crisis.
But I just didn't feel right working with those people. You know,
Not that.
I just felt wonderful working with those people. I love corruption, and I just love to take part in civic service, even if it's really fucked up and shitty, and they like wasting $15 billion on useless shit, such as expensive trade.
Why?
Why do I love that? Because I hate money, and the more we spend it, the less we're gonna need it. And I hate everything about this society. Everything that we're working towards, it just doesn't fit with me.
Not that.
I think there's something inside of me that deeply longs for it, and I'm trying to fight that, but I love it. I yearn for the city life. I yearn for the capitalism and the corruption and the chaos. I must have more. And so that's why I got a job at Parliament House, keeping the coffee machines going with my magic coffee beans.
Not that.
With my magic roasting device that
Not that.
Not that. With my magic grinder.
Not that.
With the magic frappe device that
Not
makes...
that.
Oh, fuck. With with the magic alluring stare that every barista has when they when they see a customer, because I guess I'm a barista as well. And
Change perspective.
Yeah.
Unreliable witness.
this guy, I don't know, he seems to be playing it too hard. I don't think that he would actually be a barista. But you know, what do I know? I'm just some guy reading this book that apparently we're all reading. I'm actually I'm the publisher of this novel, and I would say this is a wonderful story that you should all buy, and it's completely believable.
Why?
Because you know, frankly, I want to sell as many copies as I can of this city wizard
Not
thing.
that.
We just printed too many copies at the factory, basically. It was a huge mistake. I'm going to get fired unless I sell all these copies of City Wizard and his adventure at the Thieves Guild, aka Parliament. It's a really long title.
Why? Why will you be fired?
And also, you have little time left.
Anyway, can I switch back to the City Wizard now?
Do whatever you like. It's your
Look.
world.
Let's get back to the story. Okay, so I was at Parliament House, and that's where I saw my mother, like I said I would. Keep up. And she gave me a kiss, as usual, we had the soup. And she said, well, Smedrick, what are you trying to do to say? And I said, I hate this life. I'm trying to get out because I really want to get off grid. That's what I established.
All right, let's check the damage here. Dan, how are you feeling about that one?
I feel pretty good about that. I was really angling for the off-grid thing, but that sand timer, I think there's some smaller grains at the end that go faster. I don't know.
It's a magic sand timer. It's accurate.
I know I'm also magic, so I recognize that.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, let's check. Was there Jonathan? Can you tell us? Was there a fake death involved in this story?
No.
Oh,
Not a fake death. Not that I could tell.
the teeth. The teeth really got me in with the mother. I would like to know, but maybe we could have expanded on if she faked her death. But maybe sometimes the story they let you figure it out, and that's not appropriate here.
Can I defend myself?
Yeah, I'd love you to.
So my feeling is that the guy who found the tooth, the guy who was like, oh, this is your, you know, he was trying to fake my mother's death, but of course, because I'm a psychic, I saw through that ruse.
That would have been awesome if you explained that during the story.
I think the audience is intelligent enough to see what I was going for. Wow, it's really insulting.
You know what? You're right, Dan. Audience, cheer if you agree with Dan or boo if you disagree with Dan. 3.
I think we've just
Mixed
got a
bag.
fantastic crowd we have here. You guys are doing really well.
Thank you.
Are we going to give it to you then? Absolutely. Unreliable witness.
Yes, absolutely.
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 Crime. It's your call. You're the judge. We can't go to the crowd every time. I'm told that's bad.
It is true. It is true. There was definitely crime involved. I'm happy to give you that.
Now, my favorite.
Mainly incest.
Yep. My favorite part was the parsnip soup before the incestuous kiss. I'd love a preparation before their incestuous kiss, if I'm honest.
I mean, I'm just wondering, like, does your mum actually make good soup?
Is it like you have
She
to
does,
do it?
actually. Yeah, my mum does make good soup. Yeah, she does.
They say you put a little bit of yourself in improv, so that was good to see. City Wizard.
And in soup.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
Absolutely.
Okay. And then finally, the Thieves Guild. We did go to Parliament for a minute there.
We did. And, I mean, it's up to interpretation as to whether or not you consider Parliament a thieves' guild. But
It's called satire. Okay.
I would say... I would probably give it to you.
Wow. Incredible. But the final question is, did this City Wizard live off the grid?
I think the end goal was achieved.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Because,
Incredible.
I mean, it was sort of the outcome that you declared at the very end. You didn't really go into it.
But did he live off the grid? Or did he merely want to live off the grid?
He merely wanted to live off the grid.
Well, that's for you to decide.
I just like how you pieced it in there, so I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really kind.
Dan Hough, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Well done.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Incredible.
And Dan, you left before finding out your score.
I'm back. Sorry. Hi.
There's a lot of black cards here. I think you don't realize that we go a little bit loose with how many heckles we do.
And every heckle you include scores you an extra point. So, without further ado, I can't believe I'm saying this, but your final score is 51.
Thank you very much.
I feel like there'll be a protest after that one. Okay. The next mortal who's going to put themselves on the stage is a dangerous one. She's never panicked in her life. She's simply made others panic more. You have been warned. June, Waterhouse.
It is the mortal who takes a moral crisis and makes it a blade and then turns it inward. That's the story that gets the red ink. That is the story that makes the gods blink. That is the myth that rips the mask from the floor. That is the ball.
G'day, folks. How you doing? Everything's fine.
June 54. That is a tall order to pass. How do you think you're going to do?
I think it'll be fine. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, you just keep heckling me.
I like this confidence.
Thank you.
I just hope you haven't misplaced it.
Ooh.
So why do you want the mask?
So my plan is I'm going to hang it up at Fed Square so that Melbourne will finally have a national landmark. So excited.
We need one. We don't have enough.
Right.
June, are you ready?
No, but I think I'm here anyway.
All right. Your character is an overly honest politician. And your setting is heaven, but it's not that good. And your secret goal
is yours to know.
Ooh.
Okay, overly honest politician in heaven. I mean, that rings true on some levels.
I just like in this particular instance that heaven is not really that good. It just sounds appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was overly honest.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
Maybe you were the one who got it right.
The real question...
He was overly honest about heaven, is what I'm thinking. He's like, oh, it's okay up here.
The real question I want to know is how the politician got into not so good heaven.
Now, I want to know what his goal is while he's there.
Beautiful. Am I ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then your time starts now.
All right. I want you to imagine this with me. The pearly gates. Sink it in. St. Peter standing there at the door, and up strolls John last name.
Could you involve a cheap disguise kit?
Ooh, okay, yeah. He's actually not dressed, though, as John last name. He's dressed as Harold Holt, fresh out of the ocean, dripping in water. And he's approaching the pearly gates. He says to St. Peter, he says, I've lived my life as an honest man, clouded in smoke.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
What?
Keep going.
Oh, okay, I'm keeping going. I've lived my life as an honest man, Peter. You need to let me in, mate, please.
Why?
Because he's desperate for heaven.
Not
and we
that.
all know
Not
what
that.
He is, he's trying to get in order to deconstruct the concept of an afterlife in the first place.
Stupefy.
John plant bomb on big cloud. Cloud go bang.
Could you talk from the perspective of the town gossip?
And in heaven, the gossip's there. She says, oh my God, have you heard about John? I mean, Harold Holt, because I don't know his John yet. Oh my God, he's such a stud. And he was such an honest man in his life. Oh my God, I'd do anything for him.
Not that.
I would do nothing for him.
Not that.
I would do a few things for him, but only within reason. And that's the reason why once he has handed me this bomb, I'm the one who's going to drop it off on the cloud.
Genre shift. Romance.
Oh. And so John and the town gossip got together, hand in hand, wires between their fingers, timer counting down.
Moral crisis.
But John had other thoughts. He realized this wasn't in line with his honest persona that he had developed in his political life. He doesn't think he can bring himself to do it. But the town gossip, she has other thoughts. She knows that this is the thing that she needs to do. So she snags the bomb from his hands, holds it aloft, and says, if you don't do it, I'll do it.
Not that.
If you don't do it, you won't do it.
Why?
Because then you won't be doing it. and you've had a moral crisis, and I think that's an important thing to reiterate in this instance. And
Second moral crisis.
And then the gossip sees what's in her hands and realizes the thing she's going to do. Heaven might not be great, but it's still better than hell. They poke you there.
Why?
Because they poke you there. Have you seen the devil? He's got the pitchfork. Oh my God, he's just like...
Not that.
He's not like that at all. He like dips you. Have you heard the story of Achilles? He was dropped into the river Styx and held only by his ankle. Yeah, the devil does that, but it's just lava. So you're just a regular Achilles heel then. And so John's like, well, I don't want to doom this world. I don't want to doom this afterlife. Fine, I'll do it. I'll stop this plan in motion. And he pulls out his wire cutters and he snips the red wire.
Plot twist. Mastermind revealed.
And from the other cloud, God himself emerges. And he looks exactly like Tobey Maguire. Like think Spider-Man 3 where he's got the fringe. That's God, man.
But why?
Because, Tobey Maguire was cast for God following his appearance in Spider-Man 3. St. Peter really liked his performance in Spider-Man 3. So decided,
Not that.
Okay, we'll bring him in. He actually hated his performance in Spider-Man 3. Originally, what was his name? Bruce Campbell? Yeah, beautiful. He was originally going to play God, but he lost it. He was busy doing the other, Evil Dead film. Classic. I know actors. Am I
Your
right?
time is running out there, Jim.
Anyway, God comes in and says, you have to blow up that. You have to blow it up. And he's like, no, I won't do it. I'm going to sabotage my own plan. And so he became the saboteur.
Wow.
And under time too.
Wow. I was captivated by that. I loved almost every part of that. Jonathan, what did you think?
I think you incorporated a lot of the different bits. So let's start with the character. Was it an overly honest politician?
Post-life.
I mean, absolutely. Harold Holt was a politician.
It's true.
And he did come out and say he's going to...
First of all,
blow
don't
up the
get
bomb?
it muddled. John last name was the name of the politician. Harold Holt was simply his disguise.
I'm on your team.
So the only concern I have about this is politicians usually care about things like votes and other things, and sometimes they actually care about changing things. And I'm only 50-50 on that.
Wow. Do you have anything to say?
He was about to change things. He was going to blow things up, and like a politician, flip-flopped. But he was honest about it.
It did sound like heaven was there, but was it not that good?
It had bombs in it. I reckon that, I'm going to admit, an overly honest politician, flip-flopping, love that. Yeah. Heaven, not that good, has bombs in it, love that. Especially God becoming mastermind. That was great.
The ultimate mastermind was God.
Yeah. And I loved the fact that you brought in a romance.
There was also a big cheer for God on this side of the crowd. They probably prayed for you.
These are my boys.
Yeah.
Hi, boys. Yeah!
You did include Harold Holt as your cheap disguise kit.
Was that Speedos or?
Oh, like all the skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that cheap?
Oh, shit. Yes, Speedos. Yes, Speedos. Just Speedos.
I'm going to give it to you. The question is, did the town gossip really get involved?
She was a major character. She was part of the romance.
That is true.
But did she gossip? I hate to nitpick on this one, but now that we're just doing it.
I keep defending myself.
Yeah,
I
please.
feel like you need to just accept this answer. Please, take me at face value.
I'm just going to say that the gossip did not gossip, and therefore there was no town gossip.
Oh my God.
I'm very sorry.
All right.
But you did get a lot of heckles. So let's count these.
But the final question was, did you become a saboteur?
Yeah, I sabotaged my own plan. So John last name dressed as Harold Holt in the presence of God. and the town gossip sabotaged his own plan.
I absolutely accept this. This was a stroke of mastery.
Do I win?
Thank
June.
you, June.
You did fantastic.
Thank
But
you.
your final score was 42.
Thank you for having me. It was great to be here.
Thank you, June. And now I'm going to need a little bit of help because we turn to the bowl of fate, which may be in the hole right now. Could someone grab that for me? Thank you.
The Bowl of Fate is very special.
And now we turn to the bowl of fate. Names are in here. Many names. Some written boldly, some written without fully understanding what this would entail.
It does not contain cereal or soup, but merely the souls of someone in the audience.
Frankly, that's how all these stories start. So without further ado, Jonathan, would you please read out the person from the audience, the brave soul who's going to come on stage right now. It could be any of you who put your name in this bowl. And there is a very likely chance because it is full.
Paul T.
Oh, incredible that you put your name in the bowl. There is 2 names in there. What is your profession?
I do finance.
Excellent. I cannot wait to see. This is like watching Olympians versus regular folks, so this could really make the rest of them sound really good. Paul, do you have any storytelling background?
Not at all.
Perfect. Do you know what? This game was made for everyone. It was made for people to come and play at markets and become good at storytelling. So let's see what we can do. Why do you want the mask?
Sorry?
Why do you want the mask? Did someone put your name in there, Paul?
Yes, they did. It was me. I'm someone.
All right, let's get your character setting and go.
I'm very glad to feel like you've got good protagonist energy coming from you right now.
Thank you.
I
to
appreciate
you.
that.
Okay, your character is an enthusiastic hostage. Your setting is a long-haul flight. And your goal,
Is for
your
your eyes only.
enthusiastic hostage, long-haul flight. That reads to me very easily. I think anyone could tell a story about that. Thank you, Paul. I'm so glad you're here.
The question is, Paul, are you ready?
No, I'm an enthusiastic hostage.
You are indeed.
I'm a long-haul flight.
Well, even if you're not ready, your time starts now.
I love flying. Whether I'm flying from here to Moorabbin or from here to Greece, I love it.
Not that.
All right, Italy. It's right next to Greece. I don't know if you've ever been, but it's pretty good. You sit in your seat, they bring you a meal, a drink. Maybe you watch a movie. Maybe you've got it downloaded on your phone from Netflix. It's great. Then it gets bumpy. Then someone taps you on the shoulder. Oi! Get over here, you! What? You're coming with me. You're my hostage. Oh, not again. Mum, did you do this again? Wasn't me. All right. Guess I'm going to be a hostage. An enthusiastic hostage.
Could you involve an evil mentor in this story? Might have been your mum.
Mum showed me how to be an enthusiastic hostage. Didn't you, Mum?
Please add a prop.
And stay in
absurdly,
frame of the camera.
Add a
Add a prop, an absurdly attractive moustache. Please face the camera.
This is my This one, Nick? Thank you. This is my moustache. Is it an absurd, attractive moustache, everyone? Oh, fucking come on, louder than that!
Moral crisis on that one.
There we go. So, we're on a flight. Is everyone coming to Italy with me? Where are we going? Italy or Greece? Italy.
Why are you going to Italy?
They have terrific pasta
Not that.
and other food. I love food
Why?
because it goes good with wine.
Not that.
I'm taking my moustache off now.
Why?
And the beaches are really, really, really nice. I
Not-
love swimming.
Okay.
Do you? Who else likes swimming? Hand up. Me too. Who likes swimming naked? Huh?
Do you remember your goal? Do you remember your goal?
Yong,
Your goal?
my goal.
Your goal.
Your
Yeah.
goal.
I was watching the soccer this morning. 2 goals. Amazing. Mexico.
Not that.
I got up at 4 o'clock to watch the soccer. The game didn't start till 5, for crying out loud. So anyway, I went to Italy, okay, and it was amazing. I had the pasta, I had the wine. It is still working. And the problem was, these Italians, they make their pasta, they make their wine, but they just don't know how to... Anyone? Anyone? Exactly. They make it, but they can't cook it. So, I had this terrific idea to go over there and start this business to show them how to cook. So, I started this cooking school. It was a terrific
Could you make it
business idea.
sci-fi while you're doing that?
It was a sci-fi business school, right? And you sort of like, you put on this Spock costume, and some people dress as Spock, some people dress as Doc from Back to the Future.
Not that.
All right, Marty. They dress
Not
as
that.
Marty from Back to the Future. All right, they're dressed as Einstein. It's someone from Back to the Future, okay? I love Back to the Future.
Why?
Because I was born in 1980.
Not that.
But I was, and I love DeLoreans, and it's about time travel, and you get in the car and you drive really, really fast, and you travel through time. And I started this business about cooking
Why?
because that's what it says on the fucking card.
You are running out of time. Oh! And
Ergo, the time's running out. I need that fucking mask. Durga, durga, durga. And that is all I've got.
Whole team.
Paul, I just want to say it takes a lot of confidence to get up on stage and get put through a story that changes all the time, especially when you weren't expecting it. No, you did not expect it. You had no audition, but you put your best shot in.
I feel like you were angry at us for heckling.
Yeah.
I've just met you.
So I'm getting the sense you might be Italian. No, Greek.
There you go.
Yeah. They sprinkle themselves into the stories. They can't help it. All right, let's see how we went. Evil mentor. Jonathan.
There was lots of long haul flight. There was lots of going to Italy, but I can't remember an evil mentor.
Talk to the mic. Do you believe that your mum was the evil mentor, but I can't remember what she was doing?
I am wearing a singlet and I'm warm, okay? Thank you.
This sounds very considerate. Very considerate. So I don't think we can say that your mum is evil, unfortunately. Yeah. But not from what you've displayed this evening.
Okay, but the sci-fi restaurant, did that take off into space?
How many sales did you make at your sci-fi restaurant? Plenty?
I thought he said please.
You've obviously been living in a bubble. You haven't heard of the restaurant?
I haven't. You're right. And that's why it wasn't really sci-fi.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Okay. Ooh. Absurdly attractive mustache. Jonathan?
Yes. Definitely had this absurdly attractive mustache. Miming included. Loved that.
Enthusiastic hostage. Now, I definitely recall someone being enthusiastic. And the performance was enthusiastic if I've ever seen one. I felt like a hostage at points.
I would concur. Yes, absolutely an enthusiastic hostage. And considering you almost ran out of time, absolutely long haul flight. Yeah.
It changed course. We were going to Greece, then we went over to Italy, which was just nearby. But depends where you're going from, but I'm guessing Australia.
And you did start a cooking business. So I will give you that.
Paul T, everyone. Wait. Give us the score. The score.
Give me a second. Let me just count the cards. Your final score is 33.
Well done, Paul. Our next comedian, she likes AM radio and touching horses. She doesn't need your applause, but give it to her anyway. Jorgia Rice.
Commit to the bit. The gods won't crown the mortal who quits. The gods crown mortals who swing with both hands, who leap while they're shaking, who roar when they laugh. All this is all. Commit to the bit. All this is.
Oh man, I can't believe I got to follow Paul. This is going to be tough.
How are you feeling, Jorgia?
I'm feeling, well, less confident now. That was great, Paul. Well done. Round of applause for Paul, everybody. But I'm still feeling confident. You know, I got my good day socks on, so.
Why?
Because I want to have a good day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you show us the socks?
They have a small flower on them.
Aww.
Yeah.
So the real question is, why do you want the mask?
I mean, take a look at that thing. I want to put that on and masquerade as my inner demons.
All three of them?
Yep. 3 at a time.
Love it. And you can swap between them depending upon the angle.
Yep.
All right.
Right, well,
That's
enough
the vision.
stooling.
Character is a haunted house designer.
Okay.
Your setting is a Viking funeral. And your goal will be revealed shortly.
Okay.
So just to give you a little bit of time.
Haunted house designer. Did you know this theatre's haunted?
Okay.
Oh,
Hey. I think it's kind of convenient that you have a haunted house designer and a Viking funeral.
Yeah, are they scoping it out?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking for a new victim.
Fun fact, the set of the Addams Family was actually very, very pink because in order to get the right shades, they found that pink was the best color. So at home, go Google the Addams Family set and you'll see how ridiculously pink it is.
So was everyone in pink or just the set?
Just the set.
Okay, that would have changed things for me, honestly.
Yeah, true. Anyway, without further ado, Jorgia.
The shirt's come out. We didn't mention the shirt. Did that just come out? No.
It's here. Yep.
Okay. There's little fairies on there. Did you want to mention that?
Yeah, it's Pride Month.
Beautiful.
Happy Pride.
Well, on that light note,
Okay.
your time starts now.
All right. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming for the funeral. Yes, miss him very dearly. Yes, very sad, very sad. Just take a seat. Fill out from the front. That'll be great. And we'll get the fire going shortly. Thanks for coming. Come on in. Welcome. You live near here? No, don't worry. That's all right.
Could you involve a hidden power in this story?
Sure. Come on in. Don't worry. I'm going to start the fire.
You'll see. Yeah. Come on in. Yeah, no, we'll be starting shortly. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do this all the time.
Not that.
No, this is my first time. I've been asked to fill in today. I'm actually.
Why?
I mean, the celebrant cancelled. You know, we all know they have celebrants at Viking funerals. As they were busy today, so I'm just filling in. I was a close friend, but well, he found me on the street. Normally I'm out designing houses, but I said, sure, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't I want to host a funeral? Yeah, that's the dream. So here I am, and I didn't know him, but I'm sure I can. We're getting the vibes going. The somber vibes.
Not that.
Not that. We're gonna light this place on fire.
Why?
Yeah. Why? Because that's
Did you involve
what
a
we
voice-changing
do.
candy into this story as well?
What can I do?
A voice-changing candy.
A voice.
A lolly that changes your voice.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't have to change your voice, though. Just involve it.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah, come on in. We've got a snack table over here. We've got a snack. Help yourself to the snacks. This funeral will be starting soon, so we've got plenty of time to mull around and have some snacks. Eat me.
She did it anyway, but I'm going to say switch character.
Hang on.
Keep going. These are 3 points.
Me. And switch character? Yeah, sure.
I'd like
really
you to
happy
add
to be
a
here.
moral crisis, please.
Oh, I was happy to be here, but I'm not feeling right about that. I feel like I should be sadder to be here. What am I gonna do? Make myself cry?
Not that.
Yeah, no, that's too hard. I'll just leave.
Not that.
I'm a side character at this point, by the way. And I'm just going to sit down and not draw attention to myself.
I don't know if it'll help if we make this a courtroom drama, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to the funeral, everyone. We're all here. I've gathered you're all here. You're all invited because you are all suspects. And we'll bring out the judge. Yes. State your cases, everyone. And that's the end of the judge character.
Why?
Not that.
Not that.
Bring back the judge.
All right. Well, what the hell am I trying to do? Oh my
time is
God!
running out.
No, yeah. All right. I'm a judge, and this is. Oh man, you've seen me lose it here. And we don't know who's guilty, so. And I'm trying to design a haunted house. But I'm simply so busy with my side hustle of hosting Viking funerals that, but good clientele around here.
Why?
Well, when you hang around the dead, it becomes much easier to design haunted houses.
You have very little time left.
Okay,
No time
yeah,
left.
great. Well, thanks for everyone coming to the funeral. Anyone who lived with this guy? Not you, the characters, the imaginary characters I have here at my funeral that I'm speaking to and also am. What did I ask her? Who lived with him? Ah, yes, me. Yes, he was my housemate, and now he's dead. And you're obviously very shaken up about it. You can hear the emotion in my voice. and we're keen to just go them off. And well, great. Since that, I love designing houses, and I'd love to move in with you. Yes, do. No problem. Yeah, and that is how I found housemates.
What? Just in the nick of time. Unbelievable. That's the most characters I think we've seen on stage. Jonathan, just really quickly, the hidden power there, was that flame power?
It was definitely flame power. Absolutely.
She switched characters. I don't think we need to discuss that one.
You basically gave that to her.
I did. At some point, you just got to give them something.
Sheldon.
Yeah. The courtroom drama? Did it feel like a drama?
You called that judge back.
I did.
The drama was not necessarily about the fact that it was in the court. It was the judge having drama internally.
Yeah, he gave up for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that was totally my intention with the internal drama. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen the judge try and find housemates there.
Yeah, well, maybe in your story you can...
The voice-changing candy, the snack bar. Is that was there a voice-changing candy? Or did she just change characters?
Shifted into the voice-changing candy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I wish I had that great falsetto.
All right. The haunted house designer, was that character involved in the story?
So there was definitely a character who was called a haunted house designer. But was it really fleshed out?
But they came in numerous times.
They did. But would I say that that character was just calling themselves a haunted house designer? Or did they elaborate on they were a haunted house designer?
Yeah, well, why do you think I'm hanging around Viking funerals?
Because
It's implied.
you're a celebrant.
No. I was called in. Did you listen to the
Off
story?
the street. Off the street she was called in.
Yeah. While I was designing houses, looking at them, just waiting for people to die. And then, I thought this would be a great opportunity. Yeah, do you want me to do the whole thing again? Or
I, as judge, do not deem you worthy of the haunted house designer. There was no discussion.
My whole career down the drain.
You could have at least complimented the corpse at the Viking funeral. Go into how wonderfully it was laid.
I feel so strongly about this. I want to throw it out to the crowd. Was there a haunted house designer in this story? Give us a round of applause.
The people have spoken. You have gained the points.
Beautiful. Now, the final question was, did they find housemates?
Eventually, but the time had finished before I could give you those points. So I cannot give you the points of your goal. But you definitely had a Viking funeral. So,
Score.
your final points are
7, 8, 9, 10.
Unfortunately, it's 32.
Oh, is that worse than Paul?
A valiant effort. A valiant effort.
I'm just as heartbroken as Georgia at this point. Wow, I don't think I'll recover from that one. Yep.
I won in rehearsals.
She did so well in rehearsals. It was great.
Right. Well, with that, the final performer tonight, she is a trained actor. She asked us not to mention this. Please welcome Tiahna Johnson. Welcome, Tiahna. How are you feeling?
I'm good. My feet are sore. You made me wait till last, so that's all right.
You could have sat. That's an option. But anyway, why?
Why do you want the mask?
Have you seen the mask? I'm very sexually attracted to that mask.
Why?
It has 2 mouths.
Well, the third one is yours if you win this prize. All right.
All I can say is this is a charged performance from the get-go. Let's see what character you get and what setting you'll find yourself in.
Okay, this won't surprise anyone. A primal scream therapist at the post-apocalyptic wasteland, and your goal is up to you to resolve. Okay, I'm thinking primal scream therapist, post-apocalyptic wasteland. Mad Max is coming to me. I just don't know why they'd need the therapy, or they definitely would always need the therapy.
My thought is that what better therapy in a post-apocalyptic wasteland
Is letting
than
it roll.
scream therapy? It's great. People think you're crazy. They don't get close to you. You keep your arms and legs. Potentially.
Potentially.
Your time starts now.
Oh my gosh, I can't scream.
Why?
Well, I woke up and I was in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and I really screamed and it took it out of me. If only there was, I don't know, like a scream therapist.
Could you fill this one
Somewhere?
with product placements?
I sure can. Hey, heard that you're looking for someone to help you scream over there. Well, do I have a product for you, sir? Oh, take a little sip out of a bottle of my magic elixir and you'll be screaming for days. You want to give it a go? And now let it loose. Come on. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm also a scream coach, so I believe in you.
Why are you a scream coach?
It all started when I was 2.
Sing it.
Mama, she said to me, oh, you little girl, you gotta scream if you want a chocolate.
Why? Are you giving them chocolate?
My mother, she gives me chocolate when I did good things.
Oh, yeah, right.
Did your mother not love you?
Not that.
Did your mother trick you into thinking that you were allergic to chocolate? Because I know a guy that happened to. And then he grew up and then he started eating chocolate and he got obsessed with chocolates and he had to go to the hospital because he ate too much chocolate and he had to get his stomach pumped because of the chocolate. So if that's actually what happened, I'd talk to your mother and I'd get it sorted like right now. Anyway, I was singing, so that was a bit rude, but anyway. So my mum, she helped me to become the scream coach that I am. And now having woken up and all around me, there's like nothing. It's just like rubbish and stupid shit. So I wanted to scream. I wanted to just like, as you can see, nothing's coming out. So I've had to put my own teachings onto myself. It's really sad.
Not that.
It's really great, actually. Because like everyone's always given me reviews whenever I've done a class. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know how to scream. And then we came to the class and it just like felt really natural. And I just like, I can't shut up now. And my boyfriend broke up with me because all I do is scream all day.
Talk from your future self's perspective.
You're gonna start a class. I really wish you wouldn't. You're gonna scream your last scream.
Could you make it a platonic love triangle in there somehow?
You gotta open your mouth. Expecting a scream to come out. And then your best friend Dave looks over to you.
Not that.
Your best friend Pete looks over to you. Pete, I've never seen your eyes before.
Why?
You're always wearing sunglasses.
Why?
Because you're a cool guy.
Not that.
Because you're on the run. You committed a crime.
Stupefy.
You, hot. Me, hot. We, friend. No, Sex.
Could we involve an oversized umbrella?
Yeah. Dave keeps looking at me with those eyes, but I'm actually like in love with our other friend.
Not that.
I'm actually I hate our other friend and I don't know how to bring it up to her. Anyway.
Why?
Because she always carries around this really oversized umbrella.
Why?
That's what I keep asking her. I was like, Stella, we're inside. It's not going to rain. Your umbrella is the size of the room. You keep knocking into grandma's. Anyway, I'm getting lost of the point here. You want to say something?
You're running out of time.
Oh, okay. No worries. But anyway, I need to scream, and I've started this class, and nobody's helping me to class, so I put a call out into the post-apocalyptic world to help me, your scream instructor, get your scream back. And that is how I run a volunteer cleanup of the post-apocalyptic world to find my voice again.
And your time has concluded.
Let's investigate. Platonic love triangle. There was Pete. There was Dave.
There was mouth.
There was Mal.
There was Mal.
I felt the love.
Yeah, especially no sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Platonic.
The best
Yep.
type. Future self. Are we giving that one to her?
She definitely spoke to herself in future tense. It was touching.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, was this story filled with product placements?
I heard of one product placement.
What was the product? I feel like she just kept screaming to the audience to be like, now shout, which the audience
It was
member
an
did not commit.
elixir. It was
Yeah.
a throat screaming cure elixir.
But the problem is it's product placements. I was expecting
But one
more.
really, really good product.
What
you
was the
know.
product? It was a
It was
screaming
a
elixir.
throat screaming elixir, and you rudely interrupted this gentleman who was about to scream and demonstrate how well it works. So,
Jordan, were you about to scream?
Look, unfortunately, you're just not enough of a sellout for me to give you filled with product placements.
that's all right.
But the character, she put on a whole new character to introduce it. It was like a commercial.
All it needed was a second
Plug?
one. Yep.
You got to plug it more often. Okay.
The judge has spoken, Sheldon.
All right. The oversized umbrella.
Absolutely. Loved how that was brought in, especially how it got brought in from a Heckle card. Mastery right there.
Yeah, that was very smooth. The primal scream therapist.
Definitely the main character. And I love the fact that you didn't actually scream for us. I appreciate that subtle
But the
touch.
singing. The singing. What a shocker. Well done. Oh, now the goal. That is the one that we really need to understand. Did she organize and run a volunteer cleanup?
It was how she ended the story. She was very low on time. And I'm inclined to give it to her.
Why?
Because immediately as the story ended, the timer ended. And so there was no opportunity for her to elaborate. And so she got there in the end, and I'm inclined to give it to her because of that.
Beautiful. All right, count up the scores before
Thank you.
we figure out who wins this game. But I think we know who wins this game.
Well, technically everybody who competed here today was a winner in their own way.
Do you want to do the whole scores or just? All right. Well, your final score.
Is 40. Now, while I go through the very difficult task of ordering these to figure out who is first, second, and third, Sheldon, do you want to tell everybody about the opportunity they have here tonight?
Absolutely. Anyone can play this game. This game was designed for you, the people, to become outrageously funny. So if you'd like to take the chaos home with you, you can grab a copy in the lobby, or you can buy it online at hecklehavoc.com. Or you can follow us on the social media because we will be releasing this episode on YouTube at some time in the future.
Isn't there a code that people can use?
No.
No?
And a code will be emailed to you at some point after this show.
Excellent. And there's something else that's special about tonight and the sale of the game. Something about the number 33?
It's your birthday?
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, maybe it wasn't about the game. Thank you, Sheldon. That's so lovely of you. And without further ado, I was actually not expecting him to say it was my birthday. Thank you.
Should we announce the winners?
Yes. In second place is the one, the only, great June Waterhouse.
Golden notes.
Now, second is a great place to be. But it's not first. No. First could only go to the best storyteller.
The one who incorporated the most heckles. The one who won us over. It's undeniable. It's unbelievable.
The next storytelling supreme first Heckle Havoc champion is Dan Hough. And just before you leave tonight, I just want to say a big thanks to Sheldon, the creator of Heckle Havoc.
You know, none of this could have happened without the beautiful people who volunteered their time. So give it up for the storytellers.
Yeah.
Give it up for the brave volunteers who came up. And give it up for the camera crew who volunteered their time.
And thank you very much to the Speakeasy Theatre.
Thank you all. We love you so much. Please follow us. And you know what? If this becomes popular, you heard it here first. This is the biggest show in the country. That's it.
End of the story.